all about what are we grateful for and why the attitude of gratitude can be helpful for you. Well, it can be helpful for you to have a more positive perspective on your life. And I think that's actually what we kind of need because 2020 was kind of a challenge for so many of us, right? You may have suffered from the loss of a loved one, losing your job, financial issues, anxiety, maybe even depression. So you probably describe 2020 as stressful, fearful, or just awful. How about thankful? Yeah, I know. Let me explain. I know this sounds weird, but gratitude is so much more than just saying thank you when somebody gives you something. Sorry. It is also a positive emotion that serves a biological purpose. It simply makes you feel better at the end. Today, we have 11 amazing guests here who will share what they are grateful for and help us to understand how being grateful changed their lives, even saved their lives. We will look at a study, give you some practice tips maybe, or hopefully you just have a great time today with us. So let me start. Let me start by saying how super grateful I am today to have Beard here, my co-host, who always supported me on who joined me on my journey with GWC from the start. And Joe, who's always here in the back end and dealing with all the technical stuff. Without that, here wouldn't be happen. So let me say thank you guys. Thank you guys also in the chat. All you guys are here. You supported us all the way. Like the last year is such a great way. You supported us. You gave us so much love. Thank you. Beard, let me throw the ball to you.
Hi, Mizzy. How are you?
How are
Thank you
you?
for having me. Happy to be on the other side of the glass here.
Yes.
Um, firstly, I just want to say I'm grateful for you and everything you've done for the community, Gamers We Care community, for all the lives you've helped with the donations, all the lives, the donators, the viewers have all the money they've given to actually physically change lives and get the money in the right place to help the right people. So I'm grateful for each one of you out there. And when it comes to chat, why don't you go ahead and drop a few things you're grateful for in right now while I sit here and kind of discuss a couple. I want to bring something more, I guess, analytical to it. Facts don't lie. First, a couple quotes that I found very interesting on gratitude. Um, what is gratefulness? It's an affirmation of goodness. We affirm that there are good things in this world, gifts and benefits we've received. And that's the first part of it. But in the second part of gratitude, we recognize that the sources of this goodness are outside ourselves, right? It's somebody else that's given it to us, somebody else that has helped us in some way, shape, or form. And we acknowledge that person or those people who have gave us those many gifts, big and small, to help us achieve that goodness in our lives. Do you understand? Gratefulness is the key to a happy life that we hold in our hands, because if we are not grateful, then no matter how much we have, we will not be happy, because we will always want to have something else or something more. So be grateful for what you have. And that was a quote here from, by David Stenidel Rost. Never heard of the man, but you know what? It was a phenomenal quote, and it's so true. It's just, we take for granted the little everyday things we have in life, whether it's just being here right now with internet and computer and being able to sit here and speak to everybody across the world. Look back to the 1920s and the Great Depression. I mean, they were just grateful to have food on their table to feed their family. We take a lot of things for granted in this world. So really, you could be grateful for every little thing we have. But it's just so nice to really sit down and think about it. because, and let me just say this quote here, we cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you and to give thanks continuously. And because all things have contributed to your advancement, you should include all things in your gratitude. Everything that has built you up to where you are today, you should be grateful for. No matter who you are, the person you are, where you've come from. It could always be worse, but we should always be grateful for what we have. A couple other things. I don't really want to go into the statistics, but they've run studies here. 45 adults were taught to cultivate appreciation and other positive emotions. The averages were taken out, and 80% of the participants that exhibited those grateful acts were actually happier themselves and more grateful themselves, and just more happy with themselves, like I just said. And that is so important, because that always comes back to what GamersWeCare is about, right? And it's about helping everybody else and helping others become happier, become happier with themselves. And one of those things that you can do is just be grateful. Take a second every day, take a couple minutes every morning, breathe in the fresh air, walk out on your balcony, step out on your front porch, breathe in the air and just say a couple things you're grateful for. I'm telling you, it will change your life. It has changed mine. And I sit and I really do say thank you all the time for all the things that are too many to list. And, but right here, right now, I'm happy to be in this world. I'm grateful for the place and the position I'm in. I'm also grateful for one other thing. Because nobody loves you more than this little guy. And he is, the things that love you, the things that make you whole, you're grateful for those things. And I'm grateful for everybody that's been an important and inspiration in my life. And there's just too many to name. So, just take that second and think to yourself, mom, dad, brother, sister, and just go on down the line. The person that held the door for you this morning, make sure you say thank you, because they'll remember it. So that's all I had to say about that here. I know it was a little lengthy, but gratitude is very important. So let's kind of open up the door here to a little more of a microscopic view on gratitude, and with Logan the Brawler and SMK Gaming. Thank you two both for being here. Logan, we'll open the floor up to you first. I know you said you wanted to go over a few things here, their health, your family, even your daughter. But for those that don't know, Logan the Brawler is a Dice friend, a content creator for Dice and Battlefield. So the floor is yours, Logan. Why don't you introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you've been grateful for this year.
Well, thank you. Damn, I'm kind of taken by your little speech there. It was so beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But hey, everyone, my name is Logan, and I'm a YouTube content creator, and I'm aiming for the Battlefield franchise most of the time. And I've been doing this for quite a while, and I love making videos and the support on the channel and everything like that. I want to talk about some things that I'm grateful for, and that's the weird time we're living in right now. I'm so grateful I'm not been sick. I'm not sick right now. And the people closest to me has also managed to keep themselves healthy. And I'm really, really grateful for that. I'm thankful for my daughter. She's 8 years old. She also wants to become a YouTuber, of course. Not playing games, perhaps, I don't know. But I'm so thankful for having her. I'm alone with her. I have, of course, my beautiful girlfriend, Sarah. But my daughter, Melissa, her mother passed away like 2 years ago. And I've been alone with my daughter for some time now. I'm so grateful for having her.
What are you, do you experience anything like when you, but do you do anything like a habit of being grateful? Do you do anything daily?
When I got the question from you, actually, like a week ago, what I was grateful for, and that caught me off guard. I do. I don't do anything daily to actually think about what I'm grateful for. And I started a week ago doing that every day, and I've been feeling a lot better every day, like thinking of the things I'm grateful for, people I'm thankful for.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Do you do that just mentally sitting down? Do you take 5 minutes? Do you write anything down?
I spend a lot of time by my computers, and when I'm not doing like anything, or when I'm scripting a video or anything, I'm just sitting here taking like 5 minutes off, just sitting back, thinking of what people am I thankful for having in my life, my community on my own Discord, and on YouTube is an amazing crowd of people with all lovely support. So yeah, I take like 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes, just sit thinking about that.
Yeah, that's totally enough.
Does it ever get you emotional?
Yeah, not like sitting here like crying my tears out, but no, but I'm getting
I
kind
get
of emotional sometimes.
I get the goosebumps. You know,
Yeah.
when you think about all, again, you know, all the good that's gone on, you know, and I'm sure in your world with your content creation, with your love, with your I'm sure beautiful daughter, you know, and all the struggles it seems that you've had here with the passing of your wife, you know, there's you know, there's so many things to be ungrateful for, but you sit back and you take a second and you really sit and you think all the magical things you have done and the things you have created, you know, through your own hard work. And I just think that's something to be commended for, and it's something you should definitely sit down every day and think about, because you know, listening to what you've done has given me goosebumps, and I'm already a little bit happier right now. So hopefully that train can continue.
Yeah, I think people tend to think negatively all the time. That's kind of the main thing we go to. But if we keep in mind not to do that, and I don't say hello to a guy or someone and immediately think that he's an idiot. No, I want to get to know the guy, and then I can judge.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely. How old's your daughter?
She's 8.
8 now. Okay, and she's how is school going for her with COVID and the crisis? Are they still in school?
Yeah, they're in the school. They have some countermeasures, you know, but she's doing fine. She's not been sick either or anything. I know a lot of kids at her school have been at home. Perhaps some of the parents were sick. I don't really know the reason, but yeah.
And how was Christmas for the family?
Christmas was good. We celebrated like we used to, but you know, a smaller crowd. You know,
of course.
For at least tops 2 hours instead of like the whole day.
The whole day.
And I'm kind of grateful for that, because I'm not the guy who sits in a whole day celebrating a thing. A few hours will do.
A few hours will do. Enough time to show the gratitude of the friends and family that have come by. Definitely. It is always nice to be in the company of family. I learned that myself here. I usually spend Christmas alone. I drove delivering packages, so I was essentially Santa Claus. And I always spent Christmases for the past 10 years delivering. I never got to spend it with my parents. This was one of the first years I actually got to spend it with my parents, and it was just so very nice to be around loved ones, because you know, you can sit and reflect, and you know, I'm sure you look at your daughter and think about so many memories. I look at my parents and think of all the fond memories that we've had growing up. It was my dad playing with baseball with me, and are there any fond memories you have here with your daughter when you kind of stare at her? You know, anything you think back to, you know, especially on the gratitude side, that really makes you smile?
Yeah, the first time I tried when she was talking English fluently, and that was like a year ago. This when she was 7. You know, you always try to hide things at home when speaking English instead, because they don't know what I'm saying. Okay, so now I'm screwed. That's the thing that comes to mind every time.
I got to learn a second language now.
Yeah.
What I would like to know, and you probably can answer that, Logan, is just because you have a kid and is 8 years old now, how do we teach kids being grateful? What do you think? Like, because right now I'm thinking a lot, especially at this time with Christmas, because I have two small kids. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, and they, of course, for them, it's too intellectual. I can't talk to them like, think about, be grateful for what you have. They're too young for that. But I think with an 8-year-old, you could probably start, and make them think more about, what's going on.
Yeah, I got one problem there with my daughter because she's a lonely grandchild, so she gets kind of spoiled by her grandparents. Yeah, and she can do things at their place that she knows that she can't do at home. And I'm trying to balancing that out. My rules are my rules, and yeah. But yeah, 8-year-old, I think I've been teaching her since she was 5, like, because she's really grown. Before she's older than her classmates in a way, because she's I
would imagine.
Yeah,
she understands more than I know, and it's much easier interacting with them and make them understand why you should be grateful. Because there's not every kid in the world is as fortunate as you are. So be grateful and show your gratefulness. That will make the people happy that helped you out.
Yeah, I feel you. But I think it's kind of interesting. Like, how do we teach them such things, in an appropriate way? SMK, I'm so sorry. We let you sit there all the time. How are you doing today?
Just listening. Doing good. Not bad.
Maybe let me introduce you quick, guys, in case you don't know, which I hope not, guys. SMK here. You know what? You do it yourself. SMK, introduce yourself. What are you doing?
Introduce myself. Yeah,
Why are you?
I do a bit of YouTubing here and there. But yeah, that's mainly what I'm known. Well, I'm known for kind of one video that got me started off, a bit of a cheater video where most people kind of know me from. But yeah, I'm on YouTube, not Twitch. SMK Gaming.
Yeah, absolutely.
How about a GamersWeCare streamer extraordinaire? We got to throw that in there.
Yeah. I've been working with Missy for about just over a year now. Yeah, it's probably been over a year. Yeah, it's been over a year now.
Over a year now, yeah. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. So, what comes into your mind when you think about gratitude?
For me, I think I've probably been a little bit more luckier than most at the minute regarding like work. So obviously, I've heard quite a lot of horror stories. People aren't being paid, people are really struggling, and then whenever it's coming up to Christmas time, people are struggling to get Christmas presents for the kids. I'm quite grateful. I complain about work a lot. People that are close to me know I complain about work a lot, but I was in full pay during every single lockdown. I've been getting my full salary. Work have still decided, we're just still going to pay you your full salary. So I've been very, very lucky in that regard. It has, in a way, I'm not going to say it's been like a holiday. It's, I've had issues at home where I've had to, I've got like another half that struggles with anxiety and depression and whatnot. So it's given me time to help understand her a little bit better. I grew up with a mother that was quite depressed and whatnot, so I had some experience, but again, it's not the same. So again, I'm quite grateful. I'll still complain about work, but I'm grateful towards them for, still paying us our full salary, our pension contributions, everything. It's been like I have been off work, and it hasn't been as bad as what it possibly could have been. Everyone I've talked to hasn't had it as lucky as probably as what I have had it, in regards to, not having had any money issues. In fact, coming up, I was supposed to get married there a week ago. Unfortunately, that didn't go ahead because of COVID. Yeah, the 19th of December, and things were looking a little bit tight for money, but if it could have went ahead, would have had more than enough money spare to pay everything off straight after the wedding. So yeah, I'm quite grateful to work for still, paying us our salary. It's been, it's been very nice of them. I can't complain about that at all.
How has gratitude, let me say it this way, with regards to your fiance, and being able now to spend more time with her, it must be, she must be appreciative of it, being able to understand that. I'm sure she's grateful to have time spent with you now. What do you two do together ever for in terms of trying to improve yourselves, in terms of gratitude, of course?
Well, like me and her we're very similar in many, many ways, very, very similar. But in other ways, we can be the polar opposite of each other. For example, we both are gamers. We both like to game. We both like the outdoors. We love to travel and whatnot. Then there's the difference when it comes to personality. She would be quite, is empathetic word? Empathy. Show quite a lot of empathy towards others. And due to my childhood and the way I grew up, it wasn't easy. And anytime I heard anyone's story, here's mine was worse, man up. So that was my attitude for many, many years. And I struggled to show empathy towards people. And over lockdown, we've been spending a lot of time together. She's been the one, we live together. We've been spending a lot of time together. And at the start of lockdown, things weren't good. She was really struggling. She was in asthma attacks, anxiety attacks, and, telling someone like that, you care about what is up, sort yourself out. I couldn't do that. And I really struggled with her because I then, would have asked her, look, how can I help you whenever you're going through those? Because at that time, I don't know what to do. I don't know how can I help you feel better, and simply just be there with me. You don't really have to say anything. Just sit beside me, let me know that you're there, hold my hand, that kind of thing. And I'm kind of grateful towards her for helping me show, my emotional side a bit more, because it's something, I grew up pretty much with the way my mum was. Like, we were talking about Christmas and visiting family. I would have been used every single Christmas having to go to the hospital to visit my mum in the hospital. So we'd open our presents, get to play with a little bit, and then straight up to the hospital to visit my mum. That's what I was used to every single year. I was used to going in and out. I kind of grew up looking after my siblings, my brother and sister, and I kind of had to be of a bit from a early age, like pre-teens, to be like a bit of a father figure to them. And I grew up kind of, whenever I knew things were bad with my mum, she was really ill, not to show emotion, to let them know I was worried. So it kind of like hardened me inside a little bit. And I've went the whole way. It's helped me in many ways. But then whenever it comes to showing empathy towards people, hearing their stories and sympathizing with them, that's been always a big struggle for me. So I have been quite grateful towards her for helping me kind of work out of my old ways and try and be more empathetic. Working with GamersWeCare, is something else why I got involved in that, because, people obviously are struggling, and I want to be able to help people that way, whether it's streaming for them, talking to them when I'm streaming, if they're saying they're having issues, difficulty, I can just be there and talk to them and not all man up. That's kind of the way I would have been.
It's sometimes you kind of force yourself to put yourself in a place where you can force yourself to show gratefulness or show compassion and empathy towards other. I'm sure your significant other is grateful for you for all the effort you're putting in. Relationships are difficult, and a lot of the times you see in relationships only the bad side of things, especially in the heat of the moment. It's always important to look back and think, I'd say, between
it's actually interesting, like like lots of couples this year with COVID, because of the lockdown, I see lots of couples struggling just because they have to sit on each other. And it's just a different situation. And when you have then a partner, who's feeling depressed, and then the other partner is around and they have to figure out how to deal with it. So, and this is something I found very interesting, because you, SMK, said like you're grateful for that situation, and that's how I feel, because you can see this also as an opportunity to grow. in a relationship, you know, opportunity to grow with each other, to see the other person in another way. I don't know. Did you feel anything like this, Logan? Like relationship wise, was it like the same for you this year, or you just, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I want
Yeah.
to dig too deep here, but whatever you want to share with us, you know.
Yeah, I've been listening here, and yeah, here in Sweden, we don't have any lockdowns. So
True. I forgot.
but there's still the reason that, you know, the economy in the country is going way down, the infrastructure, you know, and a lot of people are losing their jobs. I know that, since this thing started. I was fortunate also to work during this. I work at a school, and the schools haven't shut down. So I've been working, getting my pay, so I don't have any money issue. But I know a lot of people have. So I know what you're talking about there, SMK. But yeah, there's a lot. I don't think people are like stepping on each other in relationships here in Sweden that much, because maybe if they're out of work, but both of them, then they're home, but they can still go out. So it's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing, yeah.
I wanted to touch on something, and it's a little sensitive. Feel free to pass or however, but both SMKU and Logan have suffered losses of somebody very, very dear to you. And I don't want to dwell on the negatives of it, but more on has it taught you anything? What's come positive from such a negative incident, because or circumstance in your life? Because in my opinion, in my view, there's always good that comes out of bed. No matter what it is, there is always something good that comes out of bed. Would both of you care to maybe discuss a little bit? I don't know, for whoever wants to take the ball, you're more than welcome to. And I don't mean to touch on it if you don't want to here. I know it's a little sensitive.
It's okay.
Well, I was going to actually say I'm actually quite lucky in that throughout my entire life, like my mum's still here, my dad's still here. I've actually only lost, like, you know, it was my grandmother around May last year. She's the only person that I can say that close to me that I've actually lost. But to go on with what you said, like things were bad with like my mom, you know, self-harming, trying to, take her life, do things that in front of me, you know, seeing that, and then my dad wrestling with her, you know, it was, I knew it wasn't her. She was depressed, you know, for things that happened to her. She was molested by her parents when she was younger. I was the only one out of my siblings that know that to this day. My brother and sister don't know that. So my dad, you know, I felt grateful that he, even though I was young, and some people would say that's unfair at that early age, but I felt that, you know, he trusted me to tell me this. And growing up, even from an early age, I was grateful, you know, even though my dad was putting himself further into debt, he was giving me, my brother and my sister, games consoles from a very early age. My dad is the person that got me into gaming. You know, even though he went and got us the PS1, had to take a loan to get it, couldn't pay it back, you know, he was the one that got me. You know, I probably wouldn't be, you know, interested in doing a gaming channel. I wouldn't be interested in doing this kind of thing if it wasn't for my dad. He introduced me to gaming. He got me the gaming consoles, and I've always been very thankful and grateful that he still wanted to give us good Christmases. We didn't go any Christmas without getting presents. He always had something there on for Christmas Day or birthdays. Even though we couldn't really afford it, he went out of his way and got us that. So I've always been very thankful towards him for doing that for us.
Mm-hmm. That changed your life. You know,
yeah.
He shaped your life.
Yeah, like when things were bad, we could always, me and my brother, my sister had a Nintendo 64. You know, I still have those. I have those all behind me, all those consoles. And when I look at them, you know, that's what I think. My dad got me that.
Yeah.
Logan?
Yeah. I said that I lost. My daughter lost her mother. I wasn't actually with her at the time. We went together. We hadn't been together for a while, so it's a sad thing. She was like 27. Took her own life, I think. That's a struggle. I told my daughter a year after, because yeah, she didn't have any kind of relation with her. She was living with me already and never saw her mother. So that's how I did that. But when I told her, she was like, yeah, okay, I know her name, but I can't remember how she looks like. So I showed pictures and so on, and yeah, she got really emotional. But because then she got to remember. But some real emotional thing happening to me was like, first time 2010, my best friend took his own life. And pretty recently, like 2 years ago, the same summer we found out that my daughter's mother were gone. I heard of another friend that I worked with for a lot of years that teach me a lot of things at my work. He had also taken his own life, and he was actually the guy that brought me into not the gaming world but the YouTube world. He was a damn good player of Battlefield 4. He taught me a lot there and how bad I am compared to him. Operation Metro, 3,000 tickets, that's his thing, not mine. Fragrances all around, yeah. But then I was starting to record, and he was teaching me how to do that because he had made a couple of videos. His channel is still up there. His name was Nandayo74. I started recording for the sole purpose to watch in like 10 years. I thought in like 10 years we can watch this and we can laugh at it. We can have fun. We can hear our own voices and damn how bad I was. And yeah, that's still a thing. I'm gonna do that in like 10 years. I'm gonna watch my first videos.
I've got mine saved.
Yeah. Oh shit, my mic was crap. Yeah, like that thing. So then he killed himself, and that took a toll. It still does. So yeah, that's where I am.
But you know what? You have those memories saved to go look back on.
Yeah,
I'm sure you're grateful for that.
Yeah, I have videos with me talking with him, hearing our voices. It's beautiful.
Yeah, you lose a loved one, but like you said, you have pictures, memories, and things to kind of remind you of someone or something. And
Logan. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but Logan, this is why we are sitting here, for example, because this is how it started. I lost a friend to, in the gaming world here, and it made me think, what can I do to maybe save another life, Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, and so I just, thank you, Beard, actually, for asking this question, because this is exactly, when it comes down to me, like, at the end, as hard as was, as much as I was crying and I'm sad that he's gone, but we created this here, So
Exactly.
Out of this thing, something nice happened at the end, So, it doesn't make it better, but at the end, something is still there, which comes out of that, and we just,
something good can come out of any tragedy, loss, or negative situation. You just have to choose to see the good, choose to harness the right things.
Yeah. Look, guys, I have one last question for you, because I think we have to get the next guests in here.
No, this was nice.
Is there anything, we can definitely repeat that, Logan. Is there anything like, what is something beautiful that has come out for you guys in 2020? Is there anything you're grateful for specifically in 2020? I know you said already SMK, it's that you had a job, but it doesn't have to be something big. Just pick the first thing which comes into your mind, What are you grateful for in 2020?
I don't know. I think most people would be envious of the fact that I have the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 sitting here beside me.
I'm not.
I'm pretty grateful I managed to get...
I'm horrible with a controller, so I'm not.
Get both of them on release. But let me think. Just like just being able to spend time with the other half a bit more. I work shift patterns. There could be times where I'm heading out the door, she's walking in, finished work, and then, rinse and repeat. It always would have, arguments on my late shift whenever I'm working from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. at night, coming home, she's in bed, then she's getting up for work, and then I'm heading out, she's coming in. We wouldn't see each other that much. And that week, because we wouldn't see each other that much, you could tell she was getting a bit needy. She wanted to see me. She maybe wanted to sit down, have a chat. And it wasn't really possible a lot of the time. Or otherwise, it would have been over text message. And, arguments could start. I'm just grateful that, that at least over lockdown, we're back into another 6-week lockdown. I've just been able to spend a bit more time with her.
That's great. Logan?
Yeah. The first thing to come to mind is not that emotional that the last speech here was. First thing I think of is that I'm grateful for not selling my 2080 Ti because the 3080 came out. I know a lot of people were selling the video cards, graphic cards, and now they can't get a hold of the new one.
God.
So that's a thing I'm grateful for. And another thing is like the community. I don't know, SMK, you got a lot of subscribers. Your community is beautiful. I've been into your streams. The chat is really burning up. But my community, my Discord has been through the roof. There's a lot of people joining, a lot of new people, friendly people. I don't think I have ever had any issues with any users so far, and it's been a few years now. And of course my channel just breaking the 3,000 subscriber mark just like 2 weeks ago, and then all of a sudden, the more you have, the more you can get. 250 more in a week. So things are going upwards, and I'm seeing the positive things inside in everything.
Great. Congratulations, by the way, both of you. I see you're doing really great right now. Where can we find you? On YouTube? Let's give a shout out quick to the guys. Fire, maybe you can just post the links in here quick of Logan and SMK. Do you want to add anything? Is there anything left you want to say, Logan or SMK?
Thank you so much for having me here, or inviting me to this. It's an honor to be here.
Same.
Yeah. I just want to echo Logan as well. Yeah, thank you for inviting me. I look forward to other events together and whatnot. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
You're
just
amazing.
give me a call. I'll be here.
All right, we'll do.
Thanks, Logan. Thanks, SMK.
All right, have a great 2021, by the way.
I hope so.
Yeah, you too.